Hi everybody, welcome to Carfagna's. I'm Sal Carfagna here with my brother Carmen, and today we got a very special somebody. This is Damien Carfagna. Damien's from New Jersey. He's a college hockey player here at your favorite university in the state of Ohio, and today we're going to be making a very special dish. We're making Great Grandma Carfagna's gnocchi recipe. So today, guys, we're going to be making a fresh marinara sauce. We got some tomatoes here for you. We got basil. We have all the stuff that we're going to put in the tomato sauce. The potatoes are boiling right now. We're boiling some potatoes. We're gonna rice them up. We're gonna make some gnocchi. So without further ado, guys, let's make. So while we're waiting on these to soften up just a little bit, we're gonna start with the marinara sauce. Damien, roll up them sleeves, man. We're gonna get crushing on these tomatoes. Now we got some whole San Marzano tomatoes here in this bowl. And what we're gonna do first is we're just gonna take them, we're gonna place them right into our dish here. And then we're gonna crush them up. So first of all, we're gonna take these and with our hands, we're gonna crush these up just to make sure that it's all nice, got a nice consistency. I like my sauce pretty chunky. I don't know about you guys, but you know, Damien, East Coast, what do you guys do? Do you guys puree them?
Yeah, sometimes we kind of like to smooth it out, but most of the times it's pretty chunky too.
Hey,
so.
You're our guest, man. We're gonna smooth them out here today for Damien. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna make a nice smooth sauce so we can take an immersion blender and blend them all up, make sure that it's all nice and smooth. But without further ado, Damien, why don't you go ahead and start crushing some tomatoes with your hands there. Carm, you want to fire up that burner, and we'll drop some olive oil in here. So to start off with the sauce, we're going to start off with a little olive oil. This is Carfagna's extra virgin olive oil here. This is imported olive oil. We're going to drop it in this pan. With that, once it's nice and hot, that pan is nice and hot, the onions are gonna go in. We're gonna go onions first. I have a little bit of garlic puree that I just pureed up. That's 4 garlic cloves in there. This is 1 large onion. And once that onion's translucent, that's when we drop that garlic in. Part of my reach here, boys. I mean, it smells fantastic.
Yeah, they really do smell great. I love basil and oregano. They're just a match made in heaven for tomato sauce. Some people like to use parsley. By all means, go ahead. We use parsley in plenty of sauces and tomato sauces as well. Nice little brightness to your sauce. But I think that basil and oregano are, in my opinion, the perfect herbs and the only herbs you really need in a tomato sauce.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go ahead and add some, give me the salt, Sal.
Yes, sir. So, salt and pepper to taste, you guys. There's salt, there's black pepper, there's crushed red, here's pecorino romano. We have some tasting spoons here. We're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of salt on there. We'll stir it around, we'll taste it, and then we'll see if we wanna add a little bit more. Now remember, you can always add your seasonings to it. You can never remove the seasonings out. So, we got a little pinch of salt, a little pinch of black pepper, couple shakes of crushed red, and then we got some pecorino romano on there. Now the salt level on there is actually also going to be prevalent in that pecorino romano. So we're making sure that we're not adding too much salt before we add that pecorino romano to it, because again, the saltiness from the pecorino will come through onto that. So we'll add a little bit of pecorino to it, taste it, see if we want to add either more cheese or more salt to it. About a tablespoon at a time.
A tablespoon at a time, a little light dusting just to cover the top. Stir it in. And just give it a second too before you go ahead and taste it. You want to make sure that the salt, the cheese, everything starts to melt into that sauce and gets mixed up properly. You don't want all your salt to be on one side before you taste it, because you might not taste the salt and end up over salting your stuff. So just make sure that you give it a second to get a chance to marry with the sauce.
All right, guys, so now we're just gonna take this immersion blender and we're just gonna blend this up, make a nice smooth sauce here, kind of eliminate any of the seeds that are in there, the basil chunks. Again, not necessary. If you wanna create a chunky marinara, by all means, do whatever you want. This is going to be a nice sauce though for the gnocchi that's going to just cover them uniformly all the way around. So since we are making a gnocchi recipe, it is good to have a more smoother sauce, a puree sauce with the gnocchi noodle.
the sauce better. All right, Damien, I'll show you how to do this, and then I'll let you do it. Really, it's the same as grating a block of cheese. What you want to do is you're ricing the potato as fast or as slow as you want, making sure that you're hitting every angle, every side here, potato here, and then let you go ahead and get the other one. Perfect. Now you don't want to grate your fingers, so when you get down to the end, save that off to the side there. We can go ahead and we can chop that up later if we need to add it to it. Yeah. Perfect. Done this before?
Can't say I have. No. Maybe with cheese.
Beautiful. So we're gonna go ahead and get the rest of these grated, and we'll be right back to show you how we go ahead and make the dough for these gnocchi. Okay, we've got our potatoes all grated or riced, either way you're doing it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna lay a little flour down on our surface here. To clean this surface off, we're gonna use this work table as our bench to create these gnocchi.
We're going to start off with just about 3/4 of a cup here.
Again, just start working it with your hands. And what you want to do is make a dough. And when you can make a dough, you're pretty good. Too much flour will make them too dense and not as tender. Want to get in there?
Yeah, I'll get my hands dirty.
And as a collegiate hockey player, he knows all about getting his hands dirty. So now we're gonna make sure you add a little bit of salt as well. This is a pasta. Salt your pasta.
All right, so to start off with, we're gonna, again, just flour, dust our working station here.
So you're not gonna obviously roll the whole thing at once because you just can't. That's too much. So anyways, from here, now we have this worked here. What we're gonna do, Damien, is we're just gonna start in the middle and just kind of roll it out. We wanna get a nice, even cylinder so that we can, when we go to cut these off, they're all the same size. And the thing is, you wanna be very gentle with these. These are very delicate dumplings, so you wanna make sure you're very gentle with it. You don't wanna break them, you don't wanna see them start falling apart. But you can tell our dough is right because when you're rolling it out, it stays together. And when you're falling apart, again, there's no problem working it back in, adding a little more flour to make sure that they stay nice and together here. So, yeah, that looks pretty good. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and cut the dumplings. So I'll go ahead and start and cut the first end off here so we make sure we get all the same size. And we're gonna show you how to put a little groove in these. Some people don't, I like to. We also have these as well.
So again, guys, if you got a gnocchi board, you could use these to roll them right off onto there. If you don't, you can utilize your fork. And we're gonna show you a couple different ways how to do this.
Again, we're gonna punch this, and I don't think this is working too well for me, David. You got something a little sharper?
Yeah, I think I got a hockey stick that might be able to cut through this a little bit.
That's perfect, yeah, just like that. Wow, that's like butter.
Watch your fingers now, those things are sharp.
What we're gonna do then is you just want to just roll them down, and what you're doing is you're putting these little grooves in there. Those little grooves are gonna help you hold that marinara sauce to the gnocchi. Again, if you don't have one of these boards, you can do the old-fashioned method of using a fork. So when I do a fork, again, it's the same idea. You don't push down too hard, you don't wanna pierce the gnocchi, you don't want it to smoosh, you just wanna just add a nice little groove there. What we like to do is put a little indent. When you push down into it, just put your thumb into it a little bit and roll over. You create a nice little pocket there. Again, just add some shape, nice little Some more sauce will hold right into there. Really, really nice. Okay, we've got just about all of them rolled right now. About to throw them in the water. They're not going to take long. All right. The rule of thumb is when you drop them in, when they float to the top, they're done. And they take less than a minute, less than 30 seconds most of the time. If you got a nice boil on your steady boil on your water, you're not going to take very much time at all. I like to throw a little more flour down so they don't stick to anything or together.
All right, we're gonna drop these in now. I'm working just like a handful at a time, almost like a serving at a time on this. You could obviously go more. You can drop them all in at once. We're gonna drop them in and get us a nice pasta spider here. Make sure that they're all broken up. Get a bowl so that we can toss some sauce in there, and then we'll toss them, almost like you do like your chicken wings. If you make your wings, sauce them up. All you need is a nice empty bowl. You put the sauce in there, add those gnocchi, and then start tossing them. You can see them already starting to float, you guys. We're about halfway there already, and I don't even know if it's been 60 seconds yet.
No, I don't think so. But again, you can skim them off as they go. Once you drop them all in, they all take about the same amount of time. Some of you have a little bit bigger, some a little bit smaller. It might take a little less time, but you can start to see them. They're all popping up here one by one. We'll go ahead and let this batch all float to the top. We'll pull them out, throw some sauce on them, and we'll mange. All right, so these things are just about done. Sal's gonna pull them out. We're gonna give them a nice toss. Again, these are very delicate, very tender. So be very careful as you toss them. Make sure you get your spoon completely under them. You do not want to start digging into them and breaking them all up. You're gonna have yourself a little bit of a mess. A lot more pieces than you thought you would. Look pretty good?
Yeah. Damien, your honor, your honor.
Excellent. Really good.
Absolutely fantastic. Just melt in your mouth.
Super tender. I mean, those things are they're like pillows.
They melt in your mouth.
People talk about gnocchi and they're pillow-like, they're super tender. That's exactly what you want. That's because we didn't add too much flour to the gnocchi. That's because we're cooking them right when they float up. We're pulling them. They're not falling apart. They're still holding together, but they're super, super tender. Fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't stop eating them.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it here at Carfagna's. Damien Carfagna, Carmen Carfagna, and myself, Sal. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you watching. Hope you guys make these soon and let us know. Drop in the comments, subscribe to our channel. Let us know how you guys are doing these. Let us know your version of it, how your grandma makes them. Everybody's experience is different, but they're all absolutely delicious. Without further ado, you guys, mangia bene, and thank you for watching.